And welcome back to the movie Madhouse. Guys, how y'all been?
Good.
Good. It's been rough.
It's been rough. Poor Jason. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And our good friend.
I'm Stefan. And I bungled it.
and
I'm Mitch.
There we go. Thanks for joining us on our welcome back episode.
Hey, guys. What's your favorite scary movie? Legitimate question for everybody, actually. I'm curious.
Martyrs.
Martyrs, okay. Martyrs.
Showgirls.
Showgirls? Yeah, absolutely frightening. I agree. Jason?
It depends on the mood, but I'm going to say 31.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. Rob?
I'd have to go with the original Halloween.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Not bad. That's a good one. Mitch?
It very well could be the one we're about to recast, but to go a different way, I'll go with the Descent.
It's a good one. Okay. I'm not answering my own question, so if we can move on.
Why not?
Come on.
I would say either Black Christmas or The Exorcist, which is odd because I didn't grow up Catholic at all, but I find like religious horror to be particularly affecting for me. I don't know why. No reason.
Oh no, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Actually,
I don't go after it.
Yeah.
I can see that too, because with religious, you have a realistic background, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it's like a foreign, culture of people that I don't know anything about, and that's kind of interesting for me.
There we go. Graham says his is Leprechaun in the Hood.
A truly horrifying film. Not Leprechaun in Space.
Graham seems so disappointed that it was Stefan and I on the show. He said, not these guys again.
Yeah,
right?
definite. Yeah, there we go.
That's the
pure
comment.
Disappointment.
Well, you nailed it, Stefan. We are here today to recast Scream.
I suppose someone could have said "Drag Me to Hell."
Yeah.
Actually, I thought that's what Mitch was going to say.
It is awesome.
Mitch, do you actually like Drag Me to Hell out of curiosity? I've never asked him. I just picked that as the title.
Actually, I'm a Drag Me to Hell fan. It's certainly not my favorite, but
yeah, of course.
But I did enjoy it.
Yeah, cool. All right, we've solved.
Yep, level 7 disappointment, and that means a lot coming from a level 7 wizard. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there.
I was gonna ask how many levels are there? Because if 7 is level 7, okay.
And see, I met him when he was level 6, so I feel honored to have known him at leveling up. But yeah, now I'm curious, how many more levels can we expect out of you?
Yeah, I mean, my casting guys is
he gonna level up to an 8 after you're hearing your cast?
I think so. I told Mitch he's gonna stop being friends with me after I do this.
Oh boy!
Wait, what?
It's only 6. Okay,
dude, you're level 7. How is that possible?
There are echelons beyond 6, and I'm
it's like Scientology. There's always more levels,
right? Mystery hidden levels.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how hard was this list for you guys?
I'd say very hard for me because Mitch and I both love this movie, so it's important.
I'd put it in the middle of the ones we've recast.
Rude.
For me, it was hard only because I'm not as well versed in the teen actors, so trying to fit the ones that I know was hard. So I had to go back and look at some movies with some of those actors just to get a list.
Yeah,
and then I was able to work where I needed to with that.
These guys, but the original actors aren't teens, right? Like they're like 25.
Yeah, I know that, and I was still trying to stay just under that range.
Yeah.
I was still trying to aim for the 17 to 22 bracket. So for the few that I needed for that, because there's a few that you can get around that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I agree.
No, I found it difficult for both those reasons, because young actors I feel like are harder to come by. Young good actors that are sort of established, tough for me to find, and also just because I love this movie so much, and they're still making them with these actors, so it's hard for me to be like, oh, I would put this person in. It's like, well, we got another one coming out with the same people, so it's weird to try and recast when they're still making movies with these
Now
people.
they'll make.
But I did it. I got it done.
Pam says, "Hi, Rob," and hi, the rest of you.
Hi, Pam.
Pam.
Jeez,
The hits keep
no
on
love
coming.
tonight.
Okay. Oh, no, not that one. I hit the wrong button.
Hi, Theo.
Hi, Theo.
No, that was actually one of the other casts that we did.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually writing as we talk. There we go. Okay. So now we can get into this. Oh, Graham said here, I made a Kreskin-style prediction of all your choices. You'll get it in the mail soon.
Oh, no. What?
Nice. I am waiting for this. I'm going to see how accurate he is to what I picked tonight.
Okay.
Here,
Let's- Do what? James, what are you doing? I don't know
Nothing.
I don't know what happened, but then I saw him laugh, so I knew.
What's going on here? There's something.
I don't know.
Is there some hanky panky behind the scenes going on?
Which is interesting in different houses.
Yeah.
All right, let's start this off.
I can't see any of your laps, so I don't know what's going on.
That's because we're zooming it. Let's start off, and we'll go in a circle. So we'll go Stefan, Mitch, Jason, James. How's that sound?
Interesting. Okay. There's a lot of pressure here. I
Right?
have to admit. So Mitch and I were talking about this, and we both kind of are on the same page that the voice should be an anonymous. Like the reason why it's not interesting is because you shouldn't be able to assign a person to the voice, because that takes you out of the experience. What's interesting about Scream is I don't know who the hell voiced the Ghostface, and I honestly don't even care. So I want to pick somebody who had an interesting voice, who has kind of fallen from notoriety into obscurity, and I picked Ted Levine, aka Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
Nice.
He has a great voice, and I don't think a lot of people today would be able to recognize who that is. So that's why I picked Ted Levine. I also have some backups that are interesting. I was going to troll with either Gilbert Gottfried or Werner Herzog.
Gilbert, I love it.
Ted Levine's a good one because he was the not the physical actor, but the voice on
Joyride, Rusty
Joyride,
Nail.
yeah.
His voice is amazing. Candy cane.
That's a good one. I like
I
that.
like that pick.
All right, Mitch, your turn.
So I went with somebody who is known for, I don't want to say primarily their voice acting, but definitely known for their voice acting. And I think the Joker is one of the more popular ones. But I went with Mark Hamill.
Thank you.
To do that voice, because I know that he's capable of doing a variety of voices, and maybe not somebody who you would instantly recognize, because yes, he's in Star Wars, but that's about it as far as seeing him and associating his voice with anything. It's not like a Morgan Freeman voice where you know who it is. He's capable of
The fans know. The fans know.
I suppose so, but I think that he's capable of giving us a voice that is not quite.
I'm
Hamill.
just baffled that I didn't think of him, but I went a different way with mine. So,
Well, I love Mitch's pick.
There's also 7 degrees of separation here. So Mark Hamill is in Wing Commander, the video game, which stars Matthew Lillard in the filmic adaptation.
That's
Boom.
There you go.
That's where I was thinking. Yeah.
Then Mitch and I are on the
Wing
same page
Commander.
because I picked Mark Hamill too.
Nice pick. Nice.
Yes. Yeah. The one I reference is the new Chucky movie. If
Yeah,
you
okay.
listen to Chucky's voice, if you didn't know that was Mark Hamill, you would never guess it was Mark Hamill.
Mm.
Wait,
That's
is
a
Mark
good-
Hamill
that's a
the
good-
Chucky voice?
In the reboot, yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
He did
There
no
you go.
publicity for it.
It's the only reason I watched it. All right, Jason, who do you have for the voice?
So I love the Mark Hamill pick, but that would be taking it if you want to take this movie as a serious horror, okay, not where there's no tongue in cheek. It's a serious thing. I wanted to go a different route. I'm sticking to the kind of satire-ish that the original was.
He's picking Gilbert.
I'm saying use a lot of like audio magic and have the actual phone voice being Ryan Reynolds,
Okay.
but
Ah.
all morphed around and mixed up. But in my version, that gets later demorphed into a different character listed later.
Interesting. I want to see where this goes, so I won't comment so far.
Does James have the same pick?
I do. I picked
Wow.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
Two people
damn.
picked Ryan Reynolds as the voice.
Because
But
I
guys-
went with like the audience is going to know, but obviously the characters aren't going to know. But it could be a voice that could be nice and sweet and friendly, and then probably turn sinister on a dime because he can get pretty damn serious.
His the voices.
Yeah, the voices.
Yes.
Yeah.
that he did all those voices.
So-
Shit, Disturbed.
I have another casting from the voices in my list, by the way. So
Okay.
good pick there. Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
I'm sad to hear that, Stefan, because well, Mitch and I matched, and Jason and James matched, so that means, well,
Bye bye.
Oh, elimination
we
style.
got kicked off the island.
You're gonna kick me off later when I reveal certain picks.
There we go. Everybody's back on the block. All right, James, what do you
Larry
got?
David is.
Oh wait,
Billy.
yeah, you picked Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, here we go. Pam says the dude that voiced Chucky originally, Brad Dourif, I think was creepier than the new one. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
100%.
Brad Dourif is like amazing. Like,
Yep.
super talented actor.
And James, other James is here. Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
Hi there, James.
James, aren't you supposed to be out decorating your lawn for Halloween? This guy has an amazing setup for Halloween. So, yeah.
I would like pictures, please.
I would expect he'd already have that done by now.
Well, let's jump on to the next one. Principal Himbley.
That
Wait,
wasn't
wait.
on the last
No.
list.
That was we swapped because I was a
Oh.
rude dude.
Yeah, we.
Who'd you take out?
I made you swap the principal for Tatum because
Yeah.
that's a
Tatum.
Oh, dang it. That's right.
I
Rob?
can still cast both the principal and Tatum. I'm just on the spot. I can do
Yes,
it.
I got
Stefan and
I
I
got
were-
Tatum.
Yeah, so do I.
I have Tatum.
Yeah, Rob,
How do
you're
you,
the only one.
replace the Fawns anyway?
There we go. It's now Tatum. Look how that happened.
Seamless.
So Tatum, which is a crucial character and needs to be recasted, I decided to pick Imogen Poots, whose name I can never pronounce, and I probably sound like
nice.
an idiot saying it, but she's obviously in the green room. I think she could do this character very successfully. It's it's like a really plucky character, and I think that she could fulfill that role adequately. Successfully, not adequately. It's I'm like downplaying my choice. I think it would be a good choice. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a solid choice. How is she in the age range? I mean, because I basically cut off people once they were like 26.
I just picked people based on like how young they could look. I didn't even look at ages, to be honest. I have some picks that are going to probably be like, "What are you doing?"
See, I almost did that, but then I realized, well, see, no, I'm picturing them from a movie that's already 5 years old.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to change that game plan real quick.
Yeah, I have like alternates for all of these picks. So if you're like, Stefan, that does not work, I can default to other choices. So
Well,
if anyone
without
would like
knowing
to cast,
Eugene Poots' age,
No,
we'll have to
I
give
think
that one
you're
a
good.
pass.
Oh, Pam is not happy with your Ryan Reynolds choice, guys.
I agree, guys.
What are
What
you
are
guys
thinking?
thinking? Slap.
Although
ow.
I want to see where it's going.
I'm curious too. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch. Who do you have for Tatum?
So for my Tatum, I went with an actress named Sydney Sweeney, who is in Euphoria,
White
which
Lotus?
is where I saw her from. The White Lotus, which I haven't watched, but is supposed to be very good. She's in The Handmaid's Tale for a few episodes. But yeah, and I want to say up and coming actress who's very good in all those things, and I think can deliver Tatum very well. So yeah, the Euphoria cast was where I started with this because I think it's a great show and they're all high school age, so started there. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney, I think she's a very good actress. I think she would do a very good job with this.
She was almost a pick for another role for me. I have to be completely honest. So I love this. I also picked another show where I was using a lot of characters from the same show. So we're gonna get to that later on.
Interesting. Okay.
Porn
Hey.
doesn't count.
Porn doesn't count?
What?
Porn does count, guys.
Oh, shoot, that was off my list.
Wait, which porns were you referring to there, Stefan? Which ones were you looking at?
I mean, James was the one who brought it up, so I think
Unless you
sorry.
unless you got like Courtney Cox for like crossover. I mean,
Dude, we need names, dates, and links. Okay, that's all we need. Jason.
Well, put some pictures up. This is a family show.
I'm just shocked that this conversation has gone this way.
it's gonna get way worse, guys. Way
Because
worse.
I would put money down that there is most likely a Scream Triple X parody out there, because that has been a huge craze for at least 10 years now. So they have done Triple X parodies of just about everything, and I'm sure Scream was done at some point. Now that that's out of the way, Tatum. I had trouble remembering exactly how this character played out, so I'm again casting my own style of movie here, and I went with Harley Quinn Smith. She crushed it in like a badass comedy way with Jay and Silent Bob reboot, but apparently she's doing really, really well. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the show, but she's been on a show I think it's on Amazon.
Was it pornography?
No, it was not pornography. And how dare you besmirch
Dude,
Just asking
Kevin
the question.
Smith's daughter like that?
He's just casting her to get in the good graces of Kevin anyway. Okay.
Well, there is that little extra.
Does he
tidbit,
watch
but
this show?
Did I just ruin my chances of meeting?
I'm
him?
hoping
all the
hoping.
time.
Thought I could be in Yoga Hosers too.
Oh, see,
Did he do
That hurts.
tusks as well? Could I be the next animal that he anthropomorphizes?
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
squirrel.
I've been told I look like
Okay.
Justin Long, right?
Yeah, I already look
Okay.
like a fucking like.
Sorry, we're getting off the rails here.
I'm a fan. Okay, I'm just gonna correct you real quick. Okay, he did Tusk. He did Yoga Hosers. He's got one more chapter of his True North trilogy called Moose Jaws that eventually they will get to, and it's basically Jaws, but it's a moose in Saskatchewan. And
That'll be just as good, at least
that
in
will be-
James's mind.
I love those movies, so I've been anxiously waiting for Moose Jaws, but we're getting Clerks 3 first, so I ain't sad.
Do you ever get punched in the face for talking too much?
Where'd that come from?
Okay, go ahead, James.
No, dude, we haven't heard yours. Actually, you
It's Harley Quinn Smith.
Harley Quinn Smith.
but you never got into why. You got derailed.
No, she's what I've seen so far from her. I think she would bring this character some a genuine performance.
There we go. We may have a little connection later on down the road.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay. All right.
James, what you got?
I got Emma Stone.
Oh, really?
Went with the redhead factor, and I could see her playing like not exactly the stereotypical ditzy role, but there's
some sassiness there.
Yeah, sassy ditzy.
Age becomes a bit of a question there.
Oh, she still looks pretty young.
Not super bad young.
I think she looks younger than Rose McGowan did.
I don't know. Do you know? I think Emma Stone would be interesting as the as Casey as well, potentially. I don't know. Just also spitballing.
Potentially.
Okay. Well, I think mine's right in there with James's as well. I went with Maisie Williams.
Okay.
Oh,
interesting.
Just to give a little bit of flavor,
Nice one.
We know she can have attitude,
Yeah.
So I kind of like that pick for her, and it's a good matchup for Sydney, who I picked. So
I've seen her do some good drama too,
and I think that's important though, because these are the best friends,
right?
Sydney and Tatum. So you need to make sure you have that match. So
yeah,
good stuff. Okay, who's next? Oh, everybody's favorite,
Cotton Weary.
Cotton Weary.
I have 3 picks for this person.
3.
All are awesome. Ultimately, I decided to go with, all right, so a bit of an explanation. I always thought it was weird that a white person immediately went away for a crime that would probably be given to typically a person of color who'd just be like, okay, this is our suspect, and we're being ferried away into prison with like little actual court proceedings. So I picked Donald Glover of Atlanta fame, also Community. Ooh. I suppose
Lando.
Oh
yes, I also have a bunch of other picks that I'd love to talk about afterwards, but Donald Glover is my pick thus far. Our miscarriage of justice is being done to Donald Glover.
I like that.
There we go.
Okay, Mitch, see you improve on that.
Okay, I went with a guy who Stefan and I have talked about recently because we both watched American Animals and Mayor of Easttown. And this is Quicksilver himself, Evan Peters, who I think is turning into a really great young actor, but a little bit older than the rest of the cast here. And, Cotton doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but in the follow-ups, that's where we're going to get to enjoy Evan Peters a lot. And I think that he's got that sort of, he sort of could be unhinged. This guy could have murdered somebody, but maybe not. So I like that about him. I think he's a classy guy. He should do it.
Very cool.
I like that. I love Evan Peters. Also, thank you for showing me American Animals because it's a great movie. So
yeah, it is a good one.
All right, Jason, who do you got for Cotton?
I really do like that Donald Glover, but again, for me, that would be more of the serious route. I'm sticking to my going the playful way here. So for me, Cotton Weary has to be a dreamboat.
Bill Murray.
No.
Still playing the game.
No, my version, Cotton Weary has to be a bit of a dreamboat. The affair and all that stuff.
You saying Bill Murray isn't a dream?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just going in a different direction. And I thought, well, Hemsworth would be too big. That's just a waste. That's a gag, and he would do it. But no. But we can get his brother. So I'll go Liam Hemsworth. We'll go with Hemsworth light. That gives us just enough Hemsworth, I think, to get the juices flowing, if you know what I'm saying.
I think it's probably available too, because I think at this point Hollywood's given up on him, right?
I think so.
Like, we're giving you chances, dude. It's over. It's not working.
Miley Cyrus broke up with him, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, I mean they got back together, and then she dumped him again. Like, dude, just pack it in. Go back to Australia.
Nice pick. All right, James, who do you got?
Apparently, I didn't go young enough here. I went with someone who'd be like parents' age, because he's having the affair with one of the parents. But since you only see him in news footage, it'd be someone in the background saying, like, I recognize that guy. So I went with Viggo Mortensen.
Oh,
That's a pretty creepy pick too, I think.
right.
Yeah.
It does work. It does.
Well, you want creepy? You watch him play Lucifer in The Prophecy.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good pick. Now I'm questioning mine.
I'm curious, Rob.
I went the
Please.
same way. I was thinking Mitch. I was thinking sequels where you can really see this guy shine, but when you come up front, he seems like a nice guy up front, and it's Ethan Hawke.
Oh,
That's right. But now with Vigo, I'm on the fence.
But also, the Black Phone shows Ethan Hawke as a villain. If you've seen the trailer for that,
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that movie in general. Just to be fully honest. But you can at least see Ethan Hawke playing a villain, which I think he does successfully within the context of the trailer at the very least. So regardless of the success of the movie or its premise, at least Ethan Hawke is doing a good job.
He's always good.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever delivers a bad performance.
No.
He's just always been good. Like he kind of slipped away for a little bit, but he's always been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has one or two just like incredible roles, but everything else is very solid.
Oh, Predestination. Has anybody seen that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Such a good
fantastic
movie.
Good movie.
Yeah.
It'll hurt
Nobody
your
watched
brain.
it. Yeah.
It'll hurt your brain.
But wonderful.
All
movie.
right. Next up is Casey, our, celebrity cameo.
Yeah, so I definitely want to pick somebody who is in our current zeitgeist that would also fulfill a similar role as Drew Barrymore. So I picked Anya Taylor-Joy of The Queen's Gambit as well as the Witch.
Almost picked her.
I did pick her as well.
Okay,
Wow.
back on the island.
That's funny.
That's awesome. Great pick. I have nothing else to say. There's nothing interesting that I could offer. This is just my pick.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking of who has been popping up in stuff recently, and The Queen's Gambit was a big hit and award winning, and so I'm like, oh, this is a person that people would see and be like, oh, I know who that is. I want to go see that movie. And then,
Maya Hawke fulfilled a similar role already in Fear Street, so you can't really pick her again to do the same thing. So here we are. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
All right, Jason.
I had the similar thought with who's kind of in the spotlight right now, but I went with Florence Pugh.
That's a good one, yeah.
Especially coming
about
off
her
Black
as well,
Widow, right? Like she stole that movie. So I thought that she'd be just enough to be that surprise cameo that Drew Barrymore ended up being.
Also, she frowns very well.
Yeah.
How does she scream?
It's like that.
James, who do you got?
I
You
went
lost
with
your
someone-
Dr. Pepper there.
I went with someone who's hasn't been working a lot lately, but still is a pretty big star and would lead people to believe that she's going to be the star of the movie until she gets killed off. And somewhat relatively local talent, I went with Rachel McAdams.
Oh. Now, would the age thing there be a big thing? Because she's
not in high school anymore, guys.
yeah. She's not
Again, still looks young enough. And she's not very tall either. So.
No.
She's just fucking 17-year-old.
See, I will vote for anything for Rachel McAdams. Absolutely. I just interesting.
The Notebook,
right? Or was it The Vow? No.
No.
That's a movie.
That's both. She's
that's
in
a
both of them.
movie.
No. Here's a scenario where it could work. Here's a scenario where it could work.
Okay.
She's the single mother with a boy toy. So it's her
In
boy
high
toy. Yeah, it's a secret affair.
There
It's
you go.
It's a
Or a
scandal.
creepy teacher situation.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go quite that far with it.
No, but that works actually because we're the community that this movie exists in is a high school. So her as a teacher actually works quite well with the premise of the movie.
It just adds a little more ick to the story.
Sure.
Okay. We've backed up a premise for this character selection.
Apparently,
actor selection.
Here we go.
James
Lockhead.
Pam disagreed.
I do think that's it. Like, I also have a recasting that reimagines a character, so I'm on board with this.
Actually,
Yeah,
with the story twist, I really like his pick now.
I'm on board.
I went with someone again, like who's in the spotlight that would be shocking to see disappear in the first 10 minutes of the film, and I went with Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
I considered her. I did consider her.
She's like a major monster in Dune, and then shows up for 10 minutes. And
She might actually be in high school.
Yeah, she's very strongly possible.
She was almost my Sydney, Rob.
Really?
Almost. Yeah.
Same.
No. Well, this is the one I have been most interested to hear people's picks for.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, so we're starting. I'm going to reimagine this movie now. We're beginning. So Randy is no longer Randy because I've picked Caitlin Dever of Booksmart, Short Term 12, as well as Unbelievable fame. So I picked her largely because Booksmart, she plays kind of like the nerd, and she is neurotic to like a certain extent. But I think she actually possesses like good comedic chops to like bring. So like to take her acting to like another level and be even more neurotic as Randy, as the video store clerk, pining after Sydney. So here we begin, guys. This is where I start to get real weird with not weird. Sorry, I don't want to say like that's weird, but like where I'm starting to like move this movie into like another direction a little bit, guys. So here we are.
How dare you, Stefan?
That's what I do, guys. I'm a agent of chaos.
I need to hear what Jason's about to say.
Get out of my brain.
Did you actually pick?
Yes.
Caitlin Dever?
Yes.
Oh!
I just watched Booksmart a week ago. I loved it. And when it came to Rennie, I'm like, I need somebody. It doesn't have to be a guy. Somebody who could pull off a good film nerd.
Yeah, this is Rachel now. It's not Randy. Goodbye, Randy.
Well, it can still be Randy.
Oh, yeah. I guess so, yeah.
Like, legit, I don't think we've had a single match in any of our casting ever, and we've just had 4.
Yeah, it's this is good, though. This is good.
Damn.
That's insane. Okay, Mitch, which one of ours did you pick?
I don't know if I picked one that most people would know, but I went with a fellow named, I think, maybe pronouncing this wrong, Moises Arias, who I don't know if you guys have seen Kings of Summer.
He's also
I'm aware of it.
Isn't he in King of Staten Island too?
I believe he is. Yes.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I've got a King of Staten Island relation in this fucking casting, guys.
Great. But
I still haven't seen that.
He's great in Kings of Summer. He's a lot younger in that movie, but he's at the sort of right age right now to be Randy, sort of high school or early 20s is probably what Jamie Kennedy was. But he's got a great sort of neurotic weirdo energy that I think would be fantastic for Randy in this movie. So if you haven't seen Kings of Summer, it's a good coming of age movie, and he is fantastic in it. He's in other things too. I just know him from that.
Nice.
Not Jeremy Davies.
As Randy?
Yeah.
Well, Jason, we know your pick.
Yeah, Caitlin Dever.
Yeah.
James.
Okay, just assume going forward, none of my guys are going to be high school age.
We're now working
We'll make it work, James. We'll make it work for you.
I went with a guy who could be the geeky, but could be in some light kind of cool. Although he's probably way too cool for this role. I went with Aaron Paul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Age is definitely a problem, but the character that he could play would be killer.
Yes.
So I started rewatching. This is maybe an embarrassing admission. So if you guys want to chastise me going forward, I completely understand. But I've started watching Criminal Minds from the beginning.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Sorry.
All right,
George
so
jumps in.
is that as embarrassing of an admission that I think it is?
No,
I've only ever seen the first episode, so
Dude,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna kink shame.
Okay. So Aaron Paul,
I'm judging you a little bit.
You always judge me though. I have questionable taste. As evidenced by our podcast, where I try to force you to watch stuff you don't like. But Aaron Paul is in an early season of Criminal Minds as a leader of like a Satanist kind of group, where he listens to I listen to industrial music, and we hang out in an abandoned lot, and there's candles and shit. It's really funny. So that version of Aaron Paul could slot well into.
he's also in the first.
15
He's
years
also
ago?
in the original Van Wilder movie.
Yes.
where the dad's
Awesome.
looking for him. The raddest fucking dude alive.
But I feel like he has his my hairline now. It's quickly he has the Scottish curse of it just
he
Lots
would-
of
Yeah.
high schoolers
quickly
have that
retreating.
stuff, and it's fine.
he would not pass for high school right now. No.
It's a different movie.
Mine is in the young age range, but the past couple films I've seen him in, I think he could pull off a Randy really well. Is Finn Wolfhard?
Good
From
pick.
Things.
Okay, yeah.
I considered I had him in contention. Oh no, not for Randy. No,
Yeah.
no, I
he was
had
also
him elsewhere.
he was almost my Casey actually. I thought it would be interesting to kill him right off the rip because he's a very popular person with
Oh.
Stranger Things. I thought that would be a cool character to just goodbye, you're done.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well,
Now
now
he's a ghost in the next Ghostbusters sequel.
Yeah.
James, now you'll be in your element. We are now looking for our Dewey.
I have a very interesting pick for this.
Who you got, Stefan?
I have John Mulaney actually as Dewey.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, I love John Mulaney, so I can get on board with
He's
this.
Okay. I think he would be a good bumbling small town, or young deputy. He already apes one in a comedy bit that he does on one of his stand-up specials, talking about a Crime Stopper person who goes into classrooms and tries to impart legal justice system on the youth. That I thought would be easily transferable to such a role where he would adopt an overly earnest deputy role. So I have John Mulaney.
Nice. Oh, and Nathan's here. Good day, fellas. Hey, Nate.
right.
Hey, Nathan.
Let me see. Who you got, Mitch?
I went with a guy who I don't think he's played quite a part like this before, but I think that he could do it because I've seen him be successful in everything he's done so far, especially at a young age. I went with Lucas Hedges, who I think could do a really good job of playing a little bit of an awkward, sort of bumbling young deputy. Again, it's sort of a little bit out of his element in terms of, we've seen him in Manchester by the Sea and, the one where he was a drug addict and a little more serious fiction. I think that he's a gifted enough actor that I think that he could do a really good job being Dewey in this movie.
Nice. Jason.
I went with just somebody who slightly older, but not too old. But who could pull off the kind of every guy, a little bit of an idiot, that. So I went with Justin Long.
Ah, that's a good pick.
I can see it.
And I have a couple options for my Gale, and I think he would be a good fit with either one of them.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. Nathan said Bill Skarsgård. Actually, he'd be kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yes, I like that one. James, who do you have?
I went with Sean William Scott. Because I figured if you cross Stifler, who's just by no means cool and can be kind of awkward, and you cross him with the role he played in the first Final Destination movie, which was basically like the dumbass guy everyone crapped all over. He could probably be a good Dewey.
Or his character in Role Models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a dumbass in Role Models. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, that might be better. Role Models, but still with the Final Destination role, because that was like they had zero respect for him.
Oh yeah.
So
nice. I went with somebody who doesn't seem to age. I know age-wise, physically, he's probably a little too old.
Steve Zahn?
Matthew Modine?
Mitch, what did you say?
Paul Rudd.
Yes. That's legit who I picked was Paul Rudd.
Nice.
The man does not age, and he can come across as quirky with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I looked at him from Friends, and like that was it. Okay, we're in the top ones now. Gale Weathers. Stefan, who do you got?
I have the Voices connection now. I've picked Anna Kendrick of Pitch Perfect fame. She's also in Drinking Buddies, a Joe Swanberg movie, which also stars Ty West of the House of the Devil fame. So there's a horror connection there. I think should be in a horror film. I don't think she's been in one thus far. Question mark. She is in a thriller. Perfect. What's the Mitch? Do you know what the thriller is?
A Simple Favor.
A Simple Favor, which is an amazing movie. I think it's actually really, really fun.
A good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I think she should make the dip into just a straight up slasher film for, a horror audience. I think she'd do this role of a cutting journalist dreaming of the big leagues. This is her time. And I think this is a good pick. I don't know.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
You want to see Anna Kendrick do a cute, hot psycho gimmick? Check out Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Her with Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
Max Landis flick.
Yeah.
I'm a T-Rex.
Her at the end when she's being tortured and the guy hits her and he goes, "How does that make you feel?" She goes, "Liberated." Like,
yeah.
Nice.
Well, Stefan, I know Max Landis is a role model of yours, so that's watch that.
Sorry, that Max Landis is John Landis' son, and Max Landis is a sexual predator, guys. Just so we're
all right. Let's go to you.
All right.
As Squirrely Dan would go, allegedly.
I'm not even going to offer allegedly. This guy's a gross person, sadly.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rob's talking to Max Landis' reps right now. Off the,
sorry, I don't want to take your. He legitimately sucks, unfortunately.
Oh,
yeah. I'm sorry to be the crushing voice of reality here.
You have.
Should I just get into it? Rob seems like he's.
He has a short. He has a short he did on YouTube called "Wrestling Isn't Wrestling." That's like utterly hilarious.
Is it because he can't do movies anymore because nobody will hire him?
This was well before the allegations.
Yeah.
Allegations.
That's all I've heard.
The guy is a full blown gross. I think 100%.
All right, I'll get back to fun, Rob. Here, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
No worries. Nathan said Michelle Pfeiffer. They could do the de-age.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Man, we can start picking real people if we started doing that. De-age everybody to 17.
Elvis.
Right?
My choice for Gale is somebody who I think can play the endearing, sort of manipulative part of the role where, making Dewey like her, but also be sort of a badass as well. I went with Brie Larson.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I think she would do a good job, and I can see her as the sort of cutthroat reporter thrown into the mix here. So,
yeah,
dude,
great pick.
But the only problem is you get no sequels, none, because the first time she sees the Ghostface Killer, she zaps his face off, and it's done.
I'm
Okay,
assuming
then,
that's a reference to Captain Marvel.
who do you have?
Maybe. Okay, I have two options because I have one actress that I really, really like, but it's highly unlikely. Rob, you'll know this person pretty well. Annette Wozniak.
Oh yes.
Who is this?
She's like a Southwestern Ontario indie actress. I've seen her in a couple things, and most recently, The Final Ride by Mikey McMurrin. We showed it here. It's now available on Amazon Prime.
Yep. Secret Santa and Fight.
Yes, all those movies are all on there, and they're all fantastic. The Final Ride also has Rob Bellamy.
Rob Bellamy?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
I don't. Who is this person?
He's a two-bit hack. Just ignore him.
And that is really great, especially in The Final Ride. She does this really genuine, just demure, but she's got that badass behind her. She's really, really, underrated. But it's Southwestern Ontario. It's hard to get out and get noticed, right?
So I watched. I think the majority of this is this the person who's inhabits the house with her partner and they
Yes.
over the tapes. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
I'm here.
Her.
I'm here. I've arrived. I
Okay.
understand who this is.
Now, if we're going to like Hollywood actress, I went again, still sticking with the fun side. We'd have to tone down her quirkiness, but Kat Dennings.
Oh, that's a good one.
Again, alongside Justin Long, I think that would be great.
Okay. I could see that too.
Again, she just has to tone back the quirkiness. She does the quirkiness almost every time.
I don't think she can. That's her.
And, well, she needs to try.
Right?
Give her some credit, Rob.
Well, she gets credit in every film. But thank you. James, who do you got?
I have someone that's probably closer to the age of Courtney Cox than most of my roles here. And someone who's hot and mature and stuff, but could still probably pull off the weather late journalist anchor, whatever Gail Weathers was. Sophia Bush.
Who's this?
I know the name. I can't get the face.
One Tree Hill,
One
the
Tree Hill or
Hitcher
something?
remake, Stay Alive.
The Hitcher remake?
Yeah, the Hitcher remake with Sean Bean.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this what you're doing to me, James?
You don't like the Hitcher remake with Sean?
I love the original. I actually want to make Mitch watch it as a Drag Mitch to Hell episode.
I
because
like
think he would
the
hate it.
original as well. C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer, but
Yeah.
Sean Bean in the remake, I thought was still like there's nothing there, but in a really creepy way.
I'm seeing stills of her, and I think she would actually do probably well in this role. The fact that she was in the Hitcher remake aside, of course.
Okay.
Well, I can agree with you on the original.
Flips a car and shoots out the fucking sunroof.
It's classic.
Classic.
Right? Classic.
People do actually like that movie though, so you're not alone. I'm
I'm
probably alone.
I'm
I'm
glad
on
you
an
considered
island
it
again.
At least I didn't say Hitcher 2 with Jake Busey.
That's true. I actually kind of weirdly like Jake Busey. I don't know why. Probably because I saw Starship Troopers way too young, but you know.
I like him in certain movies. I just haven't seen that one. I'm not interested.
Yeah. Fair.
I went with someone a little older for Gail as well, and I think would work amazing with my Paul Rudd Dewey. And it's Elizabeth Banks.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I can see that.
yeah.
They
Also,
were a
we have
couple
a-
of
we have a-
role models.
Yeah, we have a Pitch Perfect collaboration as well. Elizabeth Banks as one of the hosts.
Yes, they're her and John Michael Higgins are
Yes.
fantastic in all those movies.
Yes. Okay, so that puts us to the top three. The first of the buddies.
Oh boy.
Stu.
All right. Here's where a potential fissure might occur. plates of Earth are now separating, I believe, because I have picked Pete Davidson, guys.
What?
The King of Staten Island connection.
Yeah, this is the King of Staten Island connection.
That
Mitch,
could be pretty awesome.
Are you upset?
No, not at all.
Oh, someone left.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not upset. I'm just, disappointed, I think.
Okay. Disappointment I can work with. Here's my explanation.
It's fine. I don't love Pete Davidson.
Here's the
especially for
explanation.
this,
King
but
of Staten
go for
Island
it.
is awesome.
So, all right. So if we remove all of his stupid tattoos, and as somebody who has a lot of stupid tattoos, I understand. But like, you have to like get rid of all of those stuff, and then he looks like a teenager, 100%, because he has a very, very young face. So that's
He's actually getting a lot of his tattoos removed.
To be fair,
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard was wearing like almost completely long sleeve shirts in that movie. So
Yeah.
who cares?
he was doing like the thermal shirt underneath like t-shirt style that was popular in the 90s.
The
So-
90s uniform.
Yeah, of course. I did that when I was a youth.
In all honesty, it wouldn't matter with today's society. Half the teenagers on the planet have multiple tattoos.
Yeah, of course.
That's not
I mean, but I'm also like casting this as if we're making it at the time a little bit. Like if we could transport all these actors back to 1990, whatever the fuck it was, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm bad with time as well as names, so I'm not.
I looked it up. 96.
96. There we go. That's kind of like my rationale. But so all those things aside, Matthew Lillard is such a wild actor that I don't know why he doesn't get more roles. He was like in a few episodes of The Good Wife, which is a show that's amazing. Everybody should watch it. But beyond that, like I can't tell. He was in like the He's All That remake that was inexplicably made.
Check him out in the Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yeah, I heard that was real. I haven't watched all that yet, but I would like to. But the point is, like, Matthew Lillard just kind of disappeared, but his acting style is like so unique, and you would need to have somebody who could like impart a wild energy to the movie. And I think Pete Davidson could fulfill that role. As much as Mitch hates me right now and is ultimately disappointed with me, and this will likely drive a knife into our friendship.
Lillard hasn't really disappeared. He's just been making that mad Scooby-Doo money, yo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He also directs on occasion.
Yeah, he should definitely be acting more, because I personally think he is actually super talented, and there aren't a lot of people like him, and he should keep doing it. I don't know.
Absolutely. Nathan says I'd have Stifler for this one.
Again, I know this is the dark horse. This is where things get a little bit weird, probably. I apologize.
I don't think it's that weird.
No,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
You want to see
the John Mulaney, Pete Davidson connection? I'm like, all right, this is the perfect. They're gonna have fun on set. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking about like production, how that's gonna go.
You want to see weird pick? Mitch, who do you have?
Oh, wow. I think this is a great pick. This was one of my first picks. And I think that if you want to look to a performance of his where it embodies the energy that Matthew Lillard has in this movie, it's in The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And it's Ezra Miller who I chose.
Ooh, I'm
this.
so angry at this.
That could be very interesting.
Because I think that he is also a good wild card actor who can be very funny and sarcastic and like a ton of energy, but also like that movie We Need to Talk About Kevin or other things where he plays a little bit more sinister, which you don't get a ton of from Lillard in Scream. But I think that he would do a very good job. And Stefan, why do you hate this pick? Tell me.
Because I think he could be a Billy, actually.
I think he could too, but I like him more for that wild.
I understand.
Part,
Yeah.
All right.
That's my personal apprehension. Is like I think like I haven't seen him be that silly. Is my my stake in the ground.
Have you seen?
But I still like it. I appreciate it. I like a long time ago. I don't remember it well enough to know if he was like truly, guffawing silly. Is he guffawing silly?
He's pretty silly in that movie. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm just like wrong. I'm usually wrong
Most of the time.
most of the time. Mitch is the rational one in our friendship. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, who do you got?
My opinion of Ezra Miller is based on 1.5 performances, so I'm not going to say anything about that.
the
Flash?
failed Flash.
Yes, no, not a fan at all. I
didn't watch them, so I have no idea.
I hate his version of Barry. I hate it. So,
That's
but
fair.
I haven't seen him.
Is
do anything else.
Barry the name of the Flash outside of being the Flash?
Barry Allen.
Barry
Okay.
Pepper.
Barry Pepper. Barry Pepper is a great actor.
He is.
Barry Pepper should be Dewey.
Billy.
Or Billy. Or Sydney. Or The Voice. Or
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, my stew. I'm keeping him a little more serious. And I think what I've seen, again, based strictly on 2 seasons of a TV show, I'm going with Aidan Gallagher, who played 5 on The Umbrella Academy.
I never watched that. Was he in anything else by any chance?
Saw an episode or two.
I'm sure he has, but that's the only thing I know him from. But I think his performance on that show particularly, because this is obviously a younger actor, but he's playing as an old man because he grew up elsewhere, but his powers kept him in a child's body. So his performance is just really, really great. And I think he could do something very interesting with a character like Stu. A little bit of the crazy, but
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
the kid's got chops. That's what I'm saying.
He has a bewildered look on his IMDb profile picture, so I think he looks successful based on that alone.
James, who do you have?
Okay, my guy, you may not recognize him unless you've seen a few movies. It's sort of a pseudo American Pie connection here. It's Tag Hilgenbrink, and he played Steve Stifler's younger brother in Bandcamp because the younger kid stopped acting. He was also in the first Lost Boys direct-to-video sequel, The Tribe, but he just has the kind of, he was trying to act just like, shut up, Stefan.
I'm sorry. It's not mean. I'm not laughing at you.
I know. It's just as soon as I
it.
started, I see you laughing.
Sorry, the direct-to-video Lost Boys sequel. How can you not
Yeah.
laugh at that as a statement?
I like them personally, but
Yeah.
it's more the way he acted in Bandcamp. He's acting just like Stifler, which is kind of like Stu, except Stu's a little more likable in Scream.
Did you already have Sean William Scott as someone in this movie, or was that someone
Yeah,
else?
he's for me it was Dewey.
You just wanted to reunite.
No, it was
the two guys
accidental.
that
It was
never got
accidental.
to be on screen together.
Now you're
Unintentional. Yeah,
Nice.
so if you haven't
Stifler's
seen
mom,
those movies,
Sydney,
you
is
wouldn't recognize them. But
Fail.
Jennifer Coolidge is Gail.
Oh,
Jesus.
We should do that sometime. Recast one movie with the cast of another.
That would be very interesting, potentially, depending on what you choose to mirror up.
Exactly.
Potentially.
Look at this is where ideas come from.
Yeah.
My stew I based on a live stream.
Movies get made out of stuff like this.
Right?
Just ask Kevin.
That's true.
Mine is based off of a live stream I watched where this actor was playing Last of Us Part 2. And the quirkiness and the eccentricity in this video was amazing. I would pick Chandler Riggs.
Oh,
Coral.
Coral.
Coral?
Yep. Again,
I
if
didn't know
I,
who that was, but then you guys all said
Yeah.
Coral, so
Yep.
I know now.
If I hadn't watched the live stream, I wouldn't have touched him with a 10-foot pole. But watching that live stream, he is so animated.
Interesting.
Yes. Which to me, it shows how much of a better actor he is because I thought he was just playing himself, but he's not. So that's my stew. Now let's get the team up. Stefan, who's your Billy?
Okay, so we're gonna continue my descent. I have picked Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
Know that name?
Interesting.
Well, all right. So
He's-
he's most recently going to be in the new Dune film
Yes.
as our central character.
Paul Atreides.
Paul Atreides, yes. He's also in Lady Bird which is the character that I thought could be like the bridge to this film because he plays kind of like the high school kind of like cool kid, but he's actually kind of vacuous. So he like presents himself as this pretentious teenager, but he's actually just kind of an idiot. And I think Billy is largely that. He tries to look cool, and a lot of his dialogue is like, well, yeah, but also my mom left, and I'm not sad anymore. And then Sydney's like, well, your mom just left, and my mom is dead. Like, there's like these things don't overlap whatsoever, you fucking moron. I think his character from that movie could come over into this world, and then he could kind of imbue it with like a little bit of like because he is intended to be both like an initial red herring and then also the actual killer as the movie progresses. And I think he could kind of like sneak in a little bit of like horror into that.
The kid does
Spoiler. This movie is so old.
He does
Nobody
very
can be
different.
spoiled.
He does very different things. I keep forgetting. I was looking up, and he was actually the younger version of Casey Affleck in Interstellar.
I never watched Interstellar.
No,
No.
It's good.
Nolan's best movie in my opinion. He was
I
doing.
will disagree, having not seen it.
you just disagree on principle.
That's right. It's like it's gotta be.
I didn't see Tenet either. I don't care.
Oh,
I don't-
Tenet's amazing.
Yeah. There is how I feel about it already, having not seen it. Because I form opinions prior to seeing films. Because that's who I am.
Nathan
That's what a good critic does.
for Stu. Nathan picked Shia LaBeouf. I didn't get it up fast enough, so that's why I'm telling it now. He picks for that for Stu. Shia LaBeouf.
That might depend on who he would pick as Billy.
True. All right, Mitch. Who do you
'Cause I
have?
could see Shia as Billy.
Well, he is also just a psychopath as a person. So like, he
Yeah,
probably would murder.
Murder someone to get into character.
Yeah,
Bit of a loose
he's like,
cannon.
guys, it's just method acting, bro.
Yeah.
You fucking murdered somebody.
Mitch, who do you got?
Alex Wolff. That's who I chose. From Hereditary.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that.
Can it be a better movie?
Those are
James?
fighting words.
James, God damn it! I am jacked up on Dr. Pepper. I will come at you like a spider monkey.
I think he
God
was in.
damn it!
Pig.
Kick his ass, Randy. Hurt his feelings, Randy.
Did you see Pig? Because I think he's in that as
Pig
well.
is amazing.
I'm going to see that. They're showing it at the Capitol Theater next month.
Pig
I'm
is
going to go see
so
it.
good.
Yes.
Looking at it right now, baby.
Nathan, correct.
Yeah,
Nathan said
see-
no.
see?
Shia LaBeouf is my Billy.
Excellent. Yes,
Okay.
excellent choice.
But yeah, so anyway, so Alex Wolff, I think, is a very good actor, but also just sort of, can have that sort of not super sinister, but like you'd believe that he'd be doing some shady.
Yeah, I'm not dissing on his acting. I'm just not a big fan of Hereditary. Love Midsommar, but not Hereditary.
Rude, number one. Great movie.
No,
Also,
he hasn't seen it yet, much like you, Stefan. He just decided in advance. But that's my pick.
Jason, who do you got?
I'm just suffering from a bit of a panic attack because I have a bit of PTSD from watching Hereditary from one key moment. So,
All right, here. Let me separate you two. There we go.
Need
Stefan
a moment.
reenacted.
Here we go. Oh.
We'll get you really far apart. There we go.
Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. So I went. my Billy is I went with Ty Simpkins, who was Harley in Iron Man 3.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's also I want to say his name was Bobby in The Nice Guys, which was a cool role.
He sprouted.
Yes. I do remember that he was in. I saw the first Insidious movie, and I know he's in that, but I don't remember much from that. And Jurassic World. Now I have not seen the second, like the Fallen Kingdom yet. But
and Avengers
Jurassic-
Endgame, though nobody recognizes him.
Yes, but that's also why I chose him.
Yeah.
because to see how much he's grown that way, and knowing the potential that I saw, especially from Iron Man 3, the way he totally tried to play on Tony's heartstrings and everything, just
You know how I know? Because we're connected.
he just laid it on, right? That kid had potential, so I think he would be a really good Billy opposite my Stu. I think that would be a really good combination.
Nice. All right, James, dazzle us here.
I went with the cool guy that could still be an asshole at times, because Billy does show that side of him in the first Scream movie. I went with Dave Franco.
Oh,
I actually don't hate that, James. We've arrived.
Let's mark the time code.
A pleasant handshake. All right, there we go.
105.29. We got it marked. Good one. I chose mine based on actually the movie It, and watching this guy bounce off of Chandler Riggs would be amazing. And it's Jack Dylan Grazer, who played Eddie in It 1 and 2.
okay.
I think that would be very, very cool to watch.
Cool.
The little kid?
The
little
one with the
boy.
broken arm, the hypochondriac, the mom was getting him all the prescriptions and everything. And
That could be like a new character, because like it also bridges the first film with the second film, which is like the relationship between the mother and the son.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's his mother as the villain of the sequel. Obviously, like there should be some like real weird connection between them, as talent wise. If you're playing like as like a very overbearing mother, like that character that he is in It would actually kind of like work well in Scream potentially.
Yeah, I can see that. He's pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 18
But then again,
years
it
old.
has been a few years. It's like this last year or so, it's kind of flown by.
That's a good point, Mitch. He's 18.
What'd you say?
He's
18 years old.
he is
Seriously?
literally the
Rachel McAdams is 42. Like there's a bit of a disparity.
I don't think we're allowed to take age requirements.
Was Rachel McAdams fucking Casey, by the way?
I love the teacher idea though. I gotta confess.
Yeah, I agree. If you
cool.
rewrite it a little bit, it works quite well, I think.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. Our top one, Sydney.
So I decided to pick somebody lesser known for this. I don't think this is going to be like a particularly like controversial pick. I watched this movie that she was most recently in, and I was like, oh, it's a slasher. Her acting in it is fantastic, but the movie itself is actually kind of boring, which is unfortunate because it's directed by Patrick Bryce, who did Creep and Creep 2 and The Overnight, which are movies that I love very, very much. But the movie's called There's Someone Inside Your House. It's not very good, sadly. The killer basically dons the mask of the victim he's killing each time, and then reveals to the town their sins, basically, for laid bare for everybody to see in the town. And then he kills the next person, dons their face as a mask, and then shows their sins to the town. And it's sadly not as fun as I'm making it sound, potentially. But the actress is Sydney Park, and I think she is fantastic in the film and deserves a much better movie to be in that could launch her career. And I think this could be that.
And she doesn't have to try and remember a different name.
It's true. Her name is Sydney, after all. But I didn't even make the connection. I don't know why.
See, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I'm a moron mostly, I guess.
Nathan said Jennifer Lawrence, and I think this might be in the James Club. She might be a touch too old.
Yeah, she. If you want a teacher, Jennifer Lawrence could be a teacher.
Right?
Yeah.
It's still good. Still good. Okay, Mitch.
Okay, so this name was mentioned already earlier, but I didn't want to spoil my number one pick here for Sydney. But it was, I think, Rob, your pick potentially for someone else. Maybe I'm getting confused. Zendaya is who I picked for Sydney.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah,
why I picked for Casey. Yep.
There you go. Yeah, I think that she's a fantastic actress. If you haven't watched Euphoria, really just watch that show. She's the lead and she's amazing in it. But also appropriate age, innocent enough. But, you know, as the series goes along, Sydney becomes more of a badass and, you know, sort of taking charge of things. So, yeah, that's why I picked her. She's fantastic.
Nice.
Was almost my pick, and I'm glad I didn't because we should all have different Sydneys, guys.
Right?
This
Okay.
is a crucial moment. I want to see a bunch of difference.
How different is your Sydney?
I almost had Zendaya. Almost. But then I thought, okay, this could be a launch vehicle. But it needs to be somebody who's going to get eyes. Have you heard of Olivia Rodrigo?
No.
She's mostly known right now for her music. She put out an album and it has blown up. She's got, I think, at least 4 hit singles off of one album already. And her style's all over the place. She's hugely popular, but she does act because she came up in the Disney system. She was in the High School Musical, The Musical, a TV show that's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So she can act. And seeing the talent that she has and the fire that she has with her music, I think she could do something special with her acting. And I think she would be a really good draw and give a really good performance to Sydney.
I have a question actually, because I don't really remember. Like, I remember when this movie came out. I remember renting it from the video store because I was young enough where I couldn't actually go see it in the theater. Was Nev Campbell? I'm not that young though. I'm like almost gonna be 40, guys. Come on, let's be real here.
You're not even 40?
No, I'm not 40 yet.
Oh, shut up, you young pup.
But I'm.
such a youngin' up there. I'm 45, dude.
I have a question. This is very this isn't a how popular was Nev Campbell when this was made? 'Cause she was in Party of 5, right?
Party of 5 and what was that stupid show? The Canadian show.
It probably was stupid because it was Canadian.
Degrassi?
Can't say that on television.
No. Jesus.
Popular Mechanics for Kids.
I only knew she was big off of Party of 5.
Fucking point in the right direction.
No, it was. Sorry. Way back down there, Catwalk.
Never heard.
No, not was it a Catwalk?
Nathan put in here. Looks young enough to play her. Most of the teenagers in movies are in their 40s in real life anyway.
She had The Craft.
Oh, I like The Craft.
No, yeah, it was Catwalk.
Can't defend it either,
Yeah.
though. It's not a good movie. I just like it.
It's
Anyway.
my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I enjoy it.
Okay, in that case, that was Jason, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's James.
Oh yeah.
Sydney.
So I went with Nina Dobrev.
Oh,
Based mostly on because she was the lead in Vampire Diaries, but she's also in Perks of Being a Wallflower, if that means anything.
The connection.
It means a lot to fucking Mitch, apparently.
But yeah, it was based mostly on Vampire Diaries. I'm a big fan of that show, but she has that kind. It's that kind of character, I think, for at least part of it until she turns into a vampire. Yeah.
I haven't gotten there yet.
spoilers.
I'm kidding.
Took me a minute to get to it. Okay, well, here is my Kevin connection for my Sydney.
Kevin?
Yep, Kevin Smith.
McAllister.
Oh,
Is it
Kevin
Jason,
Smith.
Jason Mewes?
Yeah,
Johnny Depp?
I picked Jason Mewes because why not just switch the role up completely, right?
It's just a genetic thing with you. Is it congenital? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby?
I want these. Do you have a soundboard? Like, I don't understand where's this coming from. How do I get this?
I got
This
them
is
from
very
the
recent.
internet.
I'm enjoying it.
He keeps adding more and more.
I went with Lily Depp
Okay.
because
What's she been in?
Yoga Hosers.
Yoko Hosers and
Tusk.
Classic.
Oh, technically Tusk, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She was bigger in Yoko Hosers, obviously, but
Yeah.
it was the attitude she showed in Tusk that showed that she could be later Sydney. Pretty darn easy. And like I said, a new fresh face that knows how to act. So,
Yeah.
It's kind of in her blood.
right?
This should be like kind of a boring pick because you shouldn't be able to like pluck out who this is. Like horror is generally predicated on like elevating people and then they kind of move beyond it, right? You know, like it's like a launch pad.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Depp was in, you know, The Nightmare on Elm Street and then gone, and then, you know, like
Jennifer
like
Aniston.
Kevin Bacon, Friday the 13th.
Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun.
Yeah,
That
Jennifer
guy
Aniston.
from The Lost Boys directed DVD sequel.
Yeah, he's now in the Scream reboot right now that we're making.
And then there is, Jason Alexander and Holly Hunter in The Burning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jason Alexander with a full head of luscious hair.
Right? That's just wrong on so many levels.
It doesn't look right at all. Like it looks like a toupee already.
There we go. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on to do this recast.
Thanks, guys.
Snap.
My pleasure.
I forgot something. Remember I said with my phone voice for Ryan Reynolds that there would be some magic to reveal.
Yeah.
So my reveal was going to be that Billy and Stu were not working alone. There was a puppet master.
That was revealed in Scream 3. How
Well,
is that a secret?
No, this was going to happen in the first movie.
Okay.
It was going to be my Randy, Caitlin Dever.
That was
How about no?
Oh, yeah, I'm having too much fun with these now. No, it's a great idea, Jason. I think you should go with that. Right.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
that was a
I'll put it in the
cutting answer.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's always a blast having you guys on the show.
Our pleasure. Anytime.
Yes, thank you for having us. I love
And
you
a
guys.
great topic for recasting too. I really want to have these guys back on now and we recast one movie with another. I think that would be fun.
Mirror casting.
Right?
I'm on board.
Yeah, you gotta find the right combination with the right number of characters.
Exactly. Yeah. We can do it. We can do it. All right. I guess in that case, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Stefan.
Mitch. There we go. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Doodles.
Bye.
I say shut up! It's a madhouse!